Well, I can hardly give some guidelines or give you a manual, and there is no point in that because everybody asks for instructions or seeks advice. To fail to follow that, this is a well-known formula. I'll try to express my view with respect to what has been happening globally and what the possible role of this country is and how we see the prospects of development. The International Discussion Club, Valdai, has gathered for the 22nd time, and these meetings not only have become a good tradition, and the discussions at the Valdai venue gives us an impartial opportunity to have an overview of the global situation, to register and comprehend and conceive these changes. Definitely the strong side of the Valdai Club is the capability of its participants to look beyond the trivial and the obvious, not following the agenda imposed by the global information space. And Internet, has been contributing in various respects to that, and this is difficult to assess. Trying to bring up our own issues and present our own visions, half opening the veil that conceals the day of tomorrow. This is not so easy, but sometimes we succeed, including here at this venue of Valdai. But we noted on many occasions that we're living at a juncture with rapid and profound changes, I'd say dramatic changes, and no one definitely can fully foresee the future. That does not rid us of obligation to be ready for anything that can happen. Actually, as the recent times and recent developments have shown, we should be ready for anything, and everyone's responsibility is huge for the fate of their own and for this country, and the stakes are extremely high. The annual report of the Valdai Club has been dedicated this time to the multipolar, polycentric world. And this topic has long been on the agenda, but now it merits our special attention. I'm in agreement with the organizers. The actual multipolarity defines the frame of reference that the states operate in. I'd like to try to describe the distinctive traits of today. First of all, it is a much more open or creative space of foreign affairs conduct. There is nothing that has been predetermined in advance. Things may develop differently, and a lot depends on the accuracy and the balance of measure and the degree of restraint and the degree of well-thought-over actions of all the stakeholders. And in this ample space, it's very easy to lose your way and lose your bearings, and as we can see, that happens quite often. Secondly, this multipolar space is very dynamic. Changes happen, as I have said, rapidly and abruptly overnight. And it's hard to prepare for them, it's hard to predict them, and one should respond instantly, in real time. Third, what is important, this space is much more democratic, paving the way for a big number of political, economic stakeholders to come into play. Probably never in history we had that many countries in the global arena that seek to influence the regional and global developments. And a bigger role than ever before is played by the cultural, historical, civilization specifics of different countries. One should find common ground and concurrence of interest. No one is ready to play by the rules set by someone somewhere far away. As a well-known song goes, behind the mists or over the oceans. Hence the faith. All decisions are possible based on the accords that would be okay for all the interested or related stakeholders. Otherwise, no viable solution would be attained. Only and merely gaudy phrases and fruitless play of ambitions. Hence, to attain the results, harmony and balance are needed. And finally, the opportunities and threats of the multipolar world are inseparable from each other. Definitely, The weakening of dictate that was typical of the previous period and expansion of the freedom for all is an obvious boon. At the same time, in this context, it's much more difficult to strike this solid balance, which is actually a blatant and extreme risk per se. So such situation on the planet that I have tried to briefly portray is a brand new phenomenon. The international affairs are going through a radical transformation.